where's there hope in the world? I mean, how do you envision? I mean, it seems like you're involved in these massive cultural, whatever you call those things, plates, these different energies.
Tectonic plates.
Tectonic
Yes.
plates between cultures. And where you see things going, are you hopeful?
I am hopeful. I mean, I feel like everyone, I think, watching this probably knows that we're at a serious inflection point for civilization on planet Earth and just for biological systems in general. And one of the ways that's... I actually have a quotation for you from the dean of one of the top business schools in the world, a guy named Roger Barton, Rotman School in Toronto. We have entered the realm of what design theorists call wicked problems. Wicked problems are different because traditional processes can't resolve them. Varied as they are, they share some key characteristics. Each is unique, difficult to define, and inextricably linked to other issues. A wicked problem is the kind of problem that when you have a solution for it, it creates another problem. And we have so many examples of that in our society. I mean, oil was a solution to a problem of keeping people warm and mobility. We didn't know that oil was going to create the effect that it did. Coal was a solution, and look at the problems it's created. And so, wicked problems and collapse, to reference Jared Diamond again, are sort of the challenges we face, the potential for collapse. And I guess what I see, why I'm hopeful, I'm fully aware of the wicked problems and the sort of positive feedback loops. I read about it just this morning from Lester Brown, Earthwatch. Positive feedback loops being created that would accelerate the melting of the Antarctic, Greenland ice sheets, and the Arctic Ocean itself, and the chance for sea level to rise way more than we had previously thought, which would put something like 144 million China alone has 144 million potential environmental refugees. People who, because sea levels are rising, have got to go somewhere else, go inland, go to other countries. The total number is staggering. I think America has 23 million potential environmental refugees. Goodness, these are dicey times, plain old. And all I will say is, yes, there are people who are helping continue to create those problems, and yes, there are people who are not doing much to make them better, and also, yes, there are an incredible bunch of people who are in an all-hands-on-deck mode. There are no passengers on Spaceship Earth, we are all crew, said Marshall McLuhan, and a lot of people know. Time to flame on, time to get the crew in motion, and some people are going to ride and some people are going to steer the ship. And whether we can mobilize those forces or whether they will mobilize, because they're self-mobilizing, whether they'll mobilize fast enough and with enough force and intelligence and creativity to turn the corner before various forms of collapse occur remains to be seen. My guess is that somewhere out 20 to 50 years from now, the forces of intelligence will fundamentally win the day, and whatever degradation has happened, we're just going to find a way to correct it, and let's hope that we get there sooner rather than later.
Are there any particular organizations that you associate with as being solutions?
They're everywhere. They're in your community. They're small, they're local, they're grassroots. They're also, a lot of major corporations are doing some very good thinking about intelligent solutions, and governments are also. So it's pretty much everywhere.
Well, it sure is nice being here again. And this is the house that David and Jennifer created. And it certainly captures the heart of Kentucky, and It sure has been wonderful being here with you today, David.
Absolutely. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
all of you who listened, and best wishes. So I'm still.
Okay.
I don't really want to record this.
Right.
It's not that I doubt you, but I actually live in a professional world, so the images, I'm not sure what I said back there.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be seen on YouTube. I didn't say anything back there I didn't feel good about professionally, up against any of my colleagues anywhere. But talking about my spiritual life and all that is more intimate for me. Not something I'm all ready to share with the world, I guess.
Do you think that yours has been fairly different road less traveled, would you say?
Fairly what?
Like a road less traveled?
Are we on camera?
Yes.
I thought I was trying to get off camera. Okay, fine, stay on camera. Yes, it's definitely been a road less traveled. It's been a combination of a kind of monastic urge to spiritual practice with a very dedicated exterior performance-based practice as a consultant. So yes, don't try this at home, boys and girls.
And what's spiritual practice been to you throughout your life, or how has it changed with?
I've been associated with many traditions, Buddhist and Hindu and Advaita Vedanta Hinduism, and some American spiritual teachers, and some scientific perspectives on evolution and spirituality, a lot of stuff. And took vows as a Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist at one point, and also took vows with an American spiritual teacher. At this point, the way that all of that eclecticism has resolved for me, because the dark side of eclecticism is dilettantism, where you just dip around and try a lot of different things and you don't actually get serious about anything. The only way I could make that work was to sort of combine those traditions into a daily practice. And so for me, practice is a verbal prayer, which the architecture of is really the Tibetan Buddhist refuge prayer.
And what's that?
And that's a longer conversation.
Okay.
But I just have sort of built out, you might say, that basic prayer with the other teachers and traditions I've been associated with into a daily practice, so that there's still a discipline, 30 or 45 minutes every morning, 30 or 45 minutes every night, kind of an effort. And that prayer sort of is not just like some rote thing that I drive myself into. It's something that sort of, at this point, is so mantric that it kind of lifts off.
Uh-huh.
Hey. Traffic coming up here.
Remember Patrick Moore, Danny Johnson?
Hey, Danny, good to see you, buddy.
Didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I recognize you.
The last time I saw you.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
We're on our way just to say hi to Jeff and Susan, and then we'll be right back up.
All right.
Can't wait to
See you later.
So, I do this thing every day, and I sit cross-legged in front of an altar, or when I'm traveling, I sit on a hotel bed or wherever I am, and repeat this sort of mantric prayer that goes, just sort of goes through all the dimensions that I'm trying to work on in my life right now, you might say. So, there's the practice.
So it's kind of like yoga, meditation?
It's a funny combination of a Christian tradition, which is sort of like a contemplative prayer, a prayer you repeat over and over again,